Okay, let's talk about something you've probably experienced. You know that feeling when your best ideas only seem to show up when you're pacing around your room? Well, we're about to dive into why your brain might actually be hardwired to think best when your body is moving.
I mean, really think about it. Are your biggest breakthroughs happening while you're walking around your living room? Do you finally solve those super complex problems when you're out on a long walk by yourself? If you're not in your head right now, you are definitely not alone, and there's a really fascinating reason why that is.
So let's just get this out of the way right now. If you've ever felt kind of weird because you just can't seem to think while sitting still, let's completely reframe that. You aren't fidgety, you aren't anxious, and you for sure don't have a focus problem. This isn't a flaw, it's a feature.
And this brings us to what we're calling the Pacer's Paradox. It's this phenomenon that you see in some of the greatest thinkers in history, from Nietzsche all the way to Steve Jobs. So let's dig into why this super common habit isn't just some random quirk, but could actually be a powerful tool for your brain.
According to psychology, this isn't a strange habit at all. In fact, it's a signal that your brain is just, it's wired for depth. It kind of needs your whole body to get involved to load up its full operating system.
But how does that actually work? What is the secret connection between your mind and your body here? To really get it, we've got to look at how the simple act of moving becomes the key that unlocks a much, much deeper state of thinking.
You see, movement acts as a trigger for what psychologists call verbal reasoning. This is just a fancy term for that high-level ability to solve problems using language and logic, all inside your own head. So when you're walking alone, you're doing so much more than just getting some fresh air. You are actively firing up your brain's most powerful, creative, and problem-solving networks.
And this deeper thinking state, it's not just about having one good idea pop into your head. No, it's about creating the mental space to connect really complex thoughts, to see a problem from literally every single angle, and to process all the little details and consequences that other people might just miss.
So what is actually going on inside your brain on a chemical level? Let's take a look at the neurochemistry that's fueling this whole process when you decide to go for a walk to clear your head.
While a lot of people get that reward hit from the social buzz of dopamine, your system might just run on something totally different, acetylcholine. Think of it as the deep focus chemical. It actually rewards your brain for sustained internal attention, which is precisely the kind of thinking you do on a solo walk. It's where your nervous system can finally get quiet and access its full power.
And this just brilliantly illustrates the chain reaction. It's so simple. You start moving. That kicks your sympathetic nervous system into gear. Then it releases these natural energy boosters, and boom, within just a few minutes, that mental fog you were wrestling with, it just starts to clear. It's a direct chemical process.
So let's put it as simply as possible. This is not just some coping mechanism you've developed. It's a sign of brilliance. It's a feature, not a bug, of a really powerful and complex mind at work. Here is a fantastic way to think about it. Thinking while you're sitting still, that's kind of like your brain running in 480p mode. But when you get up and get into motion, you unlock the full 8K IMAX experience. It's literally the difference between playing checkers and playing a deep, multi-layered game of chess.
And this isn't some new thing, some modern defect. Nope, it's evolutionary brilliance. You're basically using an ancient, hardwired tool to create the mental quiet that high-level creativity and real problem-solving absolutely demand. So what is the big takeaway from all of this? If there is one thing I want you to remember, it's about learning to embrace how your mind is truly designed to operate.
The next time you feel that urge to get up and pace, please don't apologize for it. Don't fight it. You're not broken. Your mind is simply designed for a more complex game. You're out here playing chess on a whole other strategic level.
And that really leaves us with one last important question to think about. If this need to move can be a sign of deep thinking, what other so-called quirks of yours might actually be your secret superpower?